everyone, I'm Shamin Omar Zelini. So for today's video, me and Khadija and Del will discuss the distance learning. So everyone is not prepared for the new normal. We just woke up one day with the global health crisis hovering above us and pose some threats to our health, to our lives, and to our economy, of course, to our education. We are now living in a new normal environment. New normal means we are to maintain in a 6 feet distance from one another. We have to refrain from getting one another with a handshake or even a quick smack on the cheeks. We have to always wear protective gears like face masks and face shields when we expose ourselves to the society. In the educational setting, a big change has stirred up in the usual setup in our education system. From within the four walls of the classroom, we are now shifting to a non-wall classroom, a borderless education system. From the traditional classroom where teaching and learning take place, we now move to a higher and wider dimension of teaching and learning spaces, the distance learning. So there are two categories of online learning, which are the synchronous learning and asynchronous learning. So synchronous learning is online or distance education that happens in real time, whereas asynchronous learning occurs through online channels without real-time interactions. Many hybrid learning models will include a blend of both asynchronous and synchronous online learning. So synchronous versus asynchronous. So synchronous, as I said earlier, it takes place in a real time with groups of learners. Can be done online via live webinars, instant messaging, and virtual classroom. Collaborative and feedback friendly. So let's discuss the pros and cons of synchronous. Pros ay high interactions with instructors and other learners. Feedback is immediate. Then learner questions can be answered instantly. The cons are the learners adhere to a specific training schedule and can access content where and when they like. Some learners may feel they're not receiving the individual attention they need. Quality of the sessions depend on the instructors. While asynchronous learning, a more learner-centered approach can be completed through online courses, email, blogs, pre-recorded videos, or webinars, online discussion boards. Learners complete courses in their own time and regardless of location. Then the pros of asynchronous is offers flexibility as learners go at their own pace. It's cost effective, no travel, venue, or instructor costs. Scales training as you can train thousands of learners at once. Then the cons is construct through asynchronous learning may be limited, leaves some learners feeling isolated. Learners need to be self-disciplined and motivated to complete their courses. So what is distance in education? Distance education takes place when a teacher and students are separated by physical distance and technology, like voice, video, data, and print. Face-to-face communication is used to bridge instructional gap. Of course, many educators ask if distant students learn as much as students receiving traditional face-to-face instruction. Research indicates that when the method and technologies used are appropriate to the instructional task, there is a student-to-student interaction and when there is timely teacher-to-student feedback. A wide range of technological options are available to the distance educator. They fall into four major categories. First, we have voice. Instructional audio tools include the interactive technologies of telephone, audio conferencing, and shortwave radio. Passive one-way audio tools include tapes and radio. Second, video. Instructional video tools include still images such as slides, pre-produced moving images like film, videotape, and real-time moving images combined with audio conferencing, one-way or two-way video with two-way audio. The third one is data. Computers send and receive information electronically. For this reason, the term data is used to describe this broad category of instructional tools. Computer applications for distance education are varied and include computer-assisted instruction or CAI, uses the computer as a self-contained teaching machine to present individual lessons. Next is computer-managed instruction or CMI, uses the computer to organize instruction and track student records and progress. The instruction itself need not be delivered via computer, although CAI is often combined with CMI. Next is computer-mediated education or CME. Describes computer applications that facilitate the delivery of instruction. Like for example, include the electronic mail, fax, real-time computer conferencing, and World Wide Web application. The fourth is the print. So print is a foundational element of distance education programs and the basis of from which all other delivery systems have evolved. Various print formats are available including textbooks, study guides, workbooks, and case studies. So the key to effective distance education is focusing on the needs of the learners, the requirements of the content. Typically, this systematic approach will result in a mix of media, each serving a specific purpose. Like, for example, a strong print component can provide much of the basic instructional content in the form of course text, as well as readings and day-to-day schedule. Another example is interactive audio or video conferencing can provide a real-time face-to-face or voice-to-voice interaction. This is also an excellent and cost-effective way to incorporate guests, speakers, and content experts. Then, another example is the computer conferencing or electronic mail. So, communication to one or more class members. It can be also used to increase interaction among students. Can be used to send messages, assignments, feedback, and other targeted. Additionally, pre-recorded videotapes can be used to present class lectures and visually oriented content. Fax can be used to distribute assignments, last-minute announcement to receive student assignments, and to provide timely feedback using this integrated approach. The educator's task is to carefully select among the technological options. The goal is to build a mix of instructional media, meeting the needs of the learner in a manner that is instructionally effective and economically prudent.
Good day everyone, I'm Kadjem Andal and now I'm going to discuss about effective distance education. Effective distance education. Effective distance education programs begin with careful planning and a focused understanding of course requirements and students' needs. In fact, successful distance education programs relies on the consistent and integrated efforts of students, faculty, facilitators, student staff, and administrators. Students, the primary role of these students is to learn. This is the task which require motivation, planning, and an ability to analyze and apply the instructional content being taught. When instruction is delivered at a distance, additional challenges are solved because students are often separated from others, sharing their backgrounds and interests, have few, if any, opportunities to interact with teachers outside of class, and must rely on technical leakage to bridge the gap separating class participants. Faculty is the success of any distance education efforts rests squarely on the shoulders of the faculty. In traditional classroom settings, the instructor's responsibility includes assembling course content and developing an understanding of the students' needs. Special challenge confront those teaching at a distance. For example, the instructor must develop an understanding of the characteristics and needs of distant students with little first-hand experience and limited, if any, face-to-face contact. Adapt teaching styles, taking into consideration the needs and expectations of multiple, often diverse audience. Developing a working understanding of delivery technology while remaining focused on their teaching role. Function effectively as a skilled facilitator as well as content provider. Facilitators, the instructors often is a bridge between the students and the instructor. To be effective, a facilitator must understand the students being served and the instructor's expectations. Most importantly, the facilitator must be willing to follow the directive established by the teacher. Support staff. These individuals are the silent heroes of the distance education enterprise and ensure that the numerous details required for program success are dealt with effectively. Most successful distance education programs consolidate support service functions to include student registration, materials duplication and distribution, textbook ordering, securing of copyright clearance, facilities scheduling, processing grade reports, managing technical resources, and etc. Support personnel are truly the glue that keeps the distance education effort together on and track. Administrators. Effective distance education administrators are more than idea people. They are consensus builders, decision makers, and referees. They work closely with technical and support service personnel, ensuring that technological resources are effectively deployed to further the institution's academic mission. Benefits of distance learning convenience. Distance learning technologies can provide convenient locations for both students and instructors. Many of the technologies, such as the internet telephone, are easily accessed at home. Others, such as video conferencing, can be distributed from a single phone, such as university, to multiple remote sites, such as schools. Flexibility. Many forms of distance learning provide students the option to participate whether they wish on an individualized basis. For example, some students may want to review a podcast in the middle of the night or read their email during early morning hours. In addition, one student may wish to spend 30 minutes reviewing a website while another spends an hour. Effectiveness. Distance learning is not only convenient, it is also effective. Several research studies have found that distance learning is equally or more effective than traditional instruction when the method and technologies used are appropriate to the instructional task, when there is student-to-student interaction, and when there is timely teacher-to-student feedback. Affordability. Many forms of distance learning involve little or no cost. For example, almost of the homes in Ukraine have televisions and many are connected to a cable TV service. For these homes, it is relatively easy for the students to watch a public broadcast television show or educational documentary. In addition, almost all homes have access to telephone or the internet, enabling the use of voicemail and audio conferencing. Multisensory. One of the benefits of distance learning is that there is a wide variety of materials that can meet everyone's learning preference, at least part of the time. For example, some students learn from visual stimuli such as video, and others learn best by listening or interacting with a computer program. Interactivity. Contrary to popular opinion, distance learning courses can offer increased interactions with students. In particular, introverted students who are too shy to ask questions in class will often open up when provided the opportunity to interact via email or other individualized means. Through the increased interactions, teacher can better meet individual students' needs. Equity. Educational inequity is a major issue in this and other countries. Rural schools often have less contact with educational trends, fewer qualified teachers, and more need for technology. Distance learning offers great potential for alleviating these issues and has been employed very effectively in Canada and Australia, two countries with geographically diverse students population.